After 10 long years, the protagonist, now bearing the title King of War, returns to his mother's graveyard. Standing before her, he whispers, "Mom, I'm back." Memories of his childhood flash before his eyes. Several years ago, my father betrayed my mother. That ruthless man kicked my mother, my younger sister and me out of the family. It rained heavily that night. My mother knelt at the gate and begged the man for mercy. She was willing to leave, but she hoped he would let my sister and me stay. However, no one opened that cold iron gate. My mother had no idea just how merciless that man truly was. Suddenly, a wild dog lunged from inside the house and attacked them. In a desperate attempt to protect us, my mother was badly injured, though we eventually managed to escape. We thought we could finally live a peaceful life, but trouble found us again. Not long after that night, someone framed my mother and forced her to take her own life. When I got home, I saw her lifeless body and heard my sister's hopeless cries. My sister was only 10, and I was 14. Even then, those who set my mother up showed us no mercy. A bloody, cruel blade was turned toward my sister and me. Just then, a mysterious man appeared. He killed the attackers and took me away. Time passed quickly. 10 years later, the Hua Kingdom was ravaged by war. Invaders attacked the borders, and they seemed invincible. The kingdom was on the verge of collapse. It was then that a single man snuck into the enemy camp and began a massacre. No enemy could stop him. He saved the nation when it was falling. His deeds were etched into the hearts of the people, and his name spread across the land, the King of War. Now he has returned, fueled by honor and a burning rage. Can his old enemies withstand his fury? Can he finally avenge his mother? The King of War declares, 10 years have passed. 10 years ago, I was like a dog, bullied and humiliated. 10 years later, I return with honor and power. This entire city shall kneel before me. Suddenly, a group of thugs approaches, shouting, "You son of a bitch! Who allowed you in here? Didn't you see the warning at the gate? Damn, Miss Shangguan Nalan ordered us to open this woman's tomb, destroy the gravestone, and remark it as a bitch's tomb. We just finished. You're lucky to see our masterpiece." The King of War reveals the truth. It's her, Shangguan Nalan. She was once my mother's dearest friend. But their bond shattered the moment a man came between them. He was a son of the Chen family, a noble house from Ocean East. Even though my mother already had 2 children, he fell for her. Seeing this, Shangguan Nalan was consumed by a venomous jealousy. To marry into that noble family, Nalan used every despicable scheme to frame my mother. My mother owned an ancestral home in the old town. Since the Shangguan family dealt in real estate, Nalan forged the property certificate and seized the house. She demolished our home and threw us onto the streets. To eliminate any chance of trouble, Nalan threatened our lives, the lives of her children. My mother was left with no choice but to take her own life to protect us. But Nalan is a vicious devil. Her cruelty didn't end with my mother's death. She ordered her men to lock the cemetery and stationed guards at the gate. Today marks the 10th anniversary of my mother's passing, and Nalan has done this by design. She desecrated my mother's grave and exposed her remains to the elements. She is a monster in human skin.
Then all the thugs approach the King of War. One says, "I'm feeling good today, so I won't beat you up if you get out of here now." Meanwhile, another thug spits on the grave. Seeing this, the King of War's rage boils over. He grabs the thug with just one hand and slams him into the ground. The other thugs watch in shock as the King of War commands, "Lick it clean." Terrified, the thug begs his companions for help. Instead of showing mercy, the King of War breaks the man's leg and repeats, "Lick it clean. I don't want to say it again." Trembling, the thug begins to wipe the spot with his own clothes. Suddenly, the roar of multiple helicopters fills the sky. They descend carrying massive containers, and a troop of men rappels down. At a single gesture of the King of War, his men begin unloading gold from the containers. They start rebuilding his mother's tomb entirely out of solid gold. The thugs are paralyzed with disbelief. "I've never seen anybody visit a tomb with so much gold. It must cost billions of coins." Once the golden tomb is complete, the King of War speaks with cold fury. "I will bring Shangguan Nalan here and let her kneel before your tomb. She must atone for her sin with her life." The thugs whisper among themselves, "Who is this man? He is so rich. He builds a tomb with gold." The blonde-haired thug tries to sound tough. "We were ordered by Elder Mo Gan of the Chen family to guard this cemetery." The King of War thinks to himself, "After she destroyed my mother, Shangguan Nalan finally married into the Chen family. That woman is scheming and vicious." The blonde thug mistakes his silence for fear. He's scared. The Chen family is famous in this city for its power, and Elder Mo Gan is a legendary fighter. But the King of War doesn't even look at him. He releases a burst of pure energy that strikes down all the thugs instantly. Seeing his friends fall, the blonde thug panics. "That's a misunderstanding. Please don't kill me. Let me explain." The King of War replies, "Explain it?" The King of War never listens to anyone's explanation. The thug's eyes widen in horror. "King of War? Are you Lord Zahn, the King of War who saved the country?" Before he can finish, the King of War kills him as well. The King of War picks up the original desecrated gravestone and says, "Let's go. It's the birthday of Shangguan Nalan's son today. Let's go there to have some fun and return this gravestone to that bitch." The scene shifts to Tito Restaurant, one of the landmark buildings in Ocean East. A car pulls up, and the King of War steps out. He looks at the building and thinks, "Years ago, this was the old town area. My mother's old house was right here, but now it has been rebuilt into this restaurant." One of his subordinates says, "My king, I will deal with them. You don't even have to do it in person." The King of War shakes his head. "You should go back to guard the tomb. I'll face my old enemies myself." He walks into Tito Restaurant, places the heavy gravestone on a table, and sits down. The women in the restaurant are instantly mesmerized. "What a charming man! I'd be so excited to date him. I've never seen such a handsome man in Ocean East." Suddenly, the leader of the security team, Wang Shanyao, approaches him. "Sir, according to the rules, you have to check in before you enter. It's the engagement banquet of young Master Chen. Everyone has to check in so the Chens can check the list. Those who don't come with lavish gifts will be kicked out. That's the rule made by Madame Shangguan Nalan. How dare you come in like this? Show me your invitation card. And what is this wrapped item? We will open and check it."
As the guard reaches out to open the package, the King of War stops his hand instantly, using nothing but a pair of chopsticks. He says coldly, "You have no right to check it. Ask Shangguan Nalan to come here and open it herself." The guard struggles with all his might to free his hand, but the chopsticks hold him like iron clamps. Suddenly, the King of War releases his grip, and the force sends the guard flying backward until he crashes to the floor. From the balcony on the upper floor, Chen Heiting, the second son of the Chen family, watches the scene. He turns to his companion and asks, "Elder Mo, what do you think of that guy?" Elder Mo Gan scoffs. "He couldn't even block a single attack from me." Chen Heiting smirks.
So many people have come to my mother seeking revenge over the years, but all of them were thrown into the sea to feed the sharks. Back on the ground floor, the captain of the guards shouts to his men, "Hey, what are you waiting for? Kill that guy." Just as the guards rush toward the King of War, a woman steps forward and commands them to stop. She approaches the King of War with a flirtatious smile. "Nice to meet you, sir. I'm Xuan Wei, the manager of the PR department of this restaurant. You can call me Wei. Come on, let's drink and have some fun. We should talk before we fight. It's not time to fight, or it will disturb the engagement banquet. Let me see what gift you have brought." Xuan Wei confidently assumes her beauty will make him listen, but the King of War shoves her aside without a second thought. "You have no right to check it. Ask Shangguan Nalan to be here in person." Stunned, Xuan Wei shrieks, "Indecent guy! I was so polite to you. How dare you hit me?" At that moment, Zhao Maocai, a shareholder of Tito Restaurant, arrives. He yells at the security team, "So many men watched Xuan be bullied by that bastard? Is this how you do your duty?" He slaps a guard across the face. "What's your job, dogs?" The guard bows his head. "Sorry, Mr. Zhao, we didn't do our duty well." Zhao turns to Xuan. "Xuan, are you okay?" She begins to cry, claiming the stranger harassed her. Zhao glares at the King of War. "How dare you hit Xuan? Do you want to die? Kneel and apologize to her, and then get out of here." The King of War completely ignores him. He looks around the restaurant, remembering the old days when people lived happily in the houses that once stood here. Enraged at being ignored, Zhao orders the guards to kill him. One guard swings a heavy iron rod at the King of War's head, but it doesn't even leave a scratch. However, the attempt provokes the King of War's fury. He grabs the wrapped gravestone and slams it into the floor with such immense energy that the ground cracks and shatters. The resulting shockwave blasts all the guards backward, injuring them instantly. Upstairs, Chen He-ting's expression changes. "Elder Mo, that guy looks quite powerful. What do you think now?" Elder Mo Gan concedes slightly. "He's talented. He could perhaps block 3 of my attacks." Chen He-ting relaxes. "That makes me feel better. We are in no hurry to deal with him. I just wonder what is inside that white bag." The King of War stands amidst the fallen guards. Terrified by his power, Zhao Maocai tries to sneak away, but the King of War hurls the gravestone through the air, blocking Zhao's path. He steps in front of him and says, "You said you wanted my life. Since you wanted to kill me, you have to die here." Using his overwhelming power, the King of War forces Zhao to his knees and places his foot on his chest. Just as he is about to finish him, Chen He-ting finally steps down and commands the King of War to stop.